So today we're going to be I'm talking about where you are located, and today we're going to be talking about New York. And there are definite perks to New York. In terms of acting, I think that's the best city in the country to do acting. Maybe Chicago, but New York, there's more opportunity, it's respected, and you get to see, in my opinion, the best theater in the country. And I think that it is fantastic for that. I will say, as a beginner, I felt that I was able to find my collaborative of beginners when I was in college and be able to network with people and get into shows, and it wasn't a problem because it had the whole gamut. And this is me being interested more in theater, but this was also before everybody was making movies. So if you were in a movie back then, you were in literally a film, and it was unlikely. There were some film festivals and some independent film, but most likely it was a big budget movie. So that was challenging, but I was interested in theater, and even much later now I'm interested, when I act, the preference is to act on stage, and unless I'm getting paid. So I really am just smitten with New York and the theater scene there, and I would say that that's still much better than other places in the country. So that would be your example of a big city. You can find headshots, and the thing about New York is you can find headshots, and you can, again, find the range. They have, I do photography, and I do more corporate photographs and like business, like images and headshots. But for actors, I actually was trained by someone who started off doing $99 headshots. And it's funny because my first headshots years ago, God, if I can find that, I will try to put it in this video. It's embarrassing. I have the same haircut. Almost. No, actually, my haircut from that time was very goofy. But anyway, I kicked the camera. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe you think my haircut today is goofy. I like being goofy. So, tangent. Anyway, so I'm going to just say that the point is, with acting, it's very good to be in New York, and you can find your level if you're a beginner, as well as all the way up to pro. And that's true now with film as well, and making movies. And even for production stuff, I actually find that to be much more competitive. And the downside from a filmmaker point of view of New York is, and especially a producing side, is that you have to deal, it's a lot more cumbersome to deal with parking. It's a lot more cumbersome to deal with, not crew, but it's really expensive to live in New York, and so the crew not only expects to be paid, but expects to be paid all right. Not great. They know that, at the same time, producers are, and people who are funding maybe their web series or something are trying to do it while living in New York. So we're all in the same boat of a very expensive area, and I'm talking the entire metro area, not just Manhattan and Brooklyn or Queens or whatever. It's the entire area. And so, it's an unspoken, okay, we're all in this, expensive environment together. So I want to make sure that there's, a lot of people want to pay here, but they also have to reel it in. So I'm just saying that there's a little bit of that. And in comparison to LA, which I will be talking about tomorrow, or whenever I decide to post LA, I will be discussing that as an aspect of Los Angeles. So I have to say, though, that when you say to someone, I make movies in New York, or I'm an actor in New York, it feels all right. It feels like somebody saying, I'm an accountant, and that, I think, is the best thing. And you mix with all these different people who are not necessarily in the entertainment industry, which has its, again, upside and downside. Downside is that they don't get what you're doing as an artist. They're like, why doesn't this person have 2 kids, 2.5 kids, a Volvo, and work from 9 to 5, and have their IRA all set and are contributing to it? What is this freelancing thing? And although that has gotten even more common here on the East Coast, but there's still that whole thing. It's not judged. Well, I can't say that. In the suburbs, it's judged. In New York, though, it's just different. And they do understand it more. The closer and the more deeply you get into the city, the more it's not like, that's weird. So just putting it like that. So LA. I can't wait to talk about LA in comparison, but you have to watch this video. You have to watch both videos to get the comparison. So that's all I'm going to say about New York. To sum up, acting awesome, producing tougher, expensive, locations, parking, bridges, and then and then traffic, but like consistent traffic, but it still gets in your way. People, so a little bit more challenging here, but it feels better. And if you're, and I'm saying in comparison to LA, if you're into more of an artistic goal than running your business as a bit, if you want the aspect of, you know, doing independent film and embracing that, New York is the place. Because LA, it starts to be a bit of a commodity. We'll talk about that tomorrow. All right, that's all I have to say about this. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, subscribe, like the button, put the like button, click the like button, and subscribe. And you can also sign up for a free cheat sheet checklist for me. It's a producing checklist at howtoproducemovies.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.